Live. Live. Let's turn on some more lights. Eh, that's fine. That's fine. Let's see if anybody joins us tonight. Oh, that's loud. You hear their AC. Uh-oh. My chit-chat's not working. Oh, there's Brock. All right. Brock's on here. Oh, there you go. Hey, Brock. Oh, focusing's not working. Everything's wrong again. Let's do this. Let's see if that works. There we go. What's up? What's up, everybody? Hello. How is everybody? Can you hear me? Yeah? No? Maybe? Yeah. I can hear myself. Let's see if the old Shure microphone's doing all right. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Let's get right here. Let's change it around. Let's change it up a bit. There we go. All right. We'll call that good. Waiting for the Dolly Spectre 2 review. It's good. It's pretty good. Yeah, I need to move this mic up a bit. Or not mic. Hey, Dave and Andrea Howard. Hey, man. Well, I'm going to do this. That's better, kind of. I don't know. I'm going to go with it. Maybe if I move over here, you can see my pretty face. Rock and roll ain't noise pollution. Rock and roll is just rock and roll. Nope, I got to get my phone. Sorry. Just in case anybody. Hold on. Let's see if I can reach it. Probably not. Ooh. Decent but cheap streamer as an upgrade to the Blue Sound Node 2i. I'm an external DAC. Jeff from Australia. Hey, Jeff. Well, I think the Blue Sound Node 2i is pretty awesome. In and of itself. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, there's that Relic A50 Raspberry Pi, but as an upgrade to the Blues, what's a decent but cheap streamer? I don't know if there's a better streamer than the Blue Sound Node 2i. Yeah, Simeon. I heard there's a new one. I'm going to ask them if they can send it to me. Dante Giles. Hi. What up, Richard? Yeah, I agree with Richard. You can't really beat Blue Sound, the Blue OS. Dante Giles. Is that you, Giles, from Home Theater? Are you the Home Theater fanatic? Jaden Hall. Hello? Are you? What's going on? Oh, it is. Say hello to Giles from the Home Theater fanatic. He's a Home Theater fanatic. Dun, 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 dun. I got a Sonos port, new in box for $300. Very cool. I haven't spent any time with the Sonos, and I'm not prepared. I've got my diet soda over there. Hey, Wilkerson, tell Corey Wilkerson, Feliciano, what up? Do you like Lana Del Rey? I don't know if I know any Lana Del Rey. I don't know. I've heard of her, but I'm not familiar with anything. You have to give D-Rack a shot. I'm in. Well, my good friend Ron over at Cheap Audio Man is a big fan of D-Rack as well, so I'll have to try that. What up, Jen? Kift? Kift. Jen Kift. I'm looking to play music for movies and film. What can I use an audio interface and a DAC to make my sound as clear as the movie theater? Well, Dante, depends on the movie theater, I suppose. Movie theater in my hometown where I grew up sounded like garbage. Um, I mean, I would use your receiver and the DAC that's in your receiver, all that good stuff. I'm sure that all the high speed stuff you have is probably as good as you're going to get to THX or whatever the hell it is. I just bought a BP 8040 towers, a CS for $350. Holy hell, they're amazeballs. What up, John S? How are you doing, brother? Just bought the SVS Prime bookshelf because of your review. Killer. Got the Ultras too. Ooh. Got the Ultras and the Primes. I'd love to hear your thought. Well, Giles, I appreciate you asking a question that you already knew the answer to. That's not really the purpose of the live streams here. If you'd like to talk offline, we certainly can. Prime. Oh, Prime for the show. Ooh, look at you, Mr. Fancy and the Pansy, Brian Griffith. Peter Griffith's dog. It's good, man. I'd love to hear the Ultras. Have you listened to both of them? Because if you have, can you give me your impression? Ooh, will I ever do a review of the SVS Prime satellites? Yeah, I would love to. I'll reach out to them and see. Is this gas pipeline shut down as bad as the news makes it sound? What gas pipeline? Shut down. I don't know. I haven't even heard of it. Which gas pipeline shut down? Here, let's Google it. Dun, 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 dun. No, I don't want to do that. Cancel. Then let's do a new one. And then do gas pipeline. Gas pipeline hack reveals cyber vulnerabilities. Biden infrastructure plan doesn't fix them. Okay. Is that it? Is that what we're talking about? Yeah. The colonial pipeline from another attack. It's not how that works. People are putting gas in shopping bags. That sounds real safe. There is so many. Oh, gas stations. Gas. Okay, I thought you were talking about like gas pipeline. Okay. Now I get it. I get it. I get it. I understand. Hack the planet. That's what Brock says. Brock probably does that in his spare time. He's probably a black hat hacker. NH2 Super Zero 2.1s on the horizon. I think I already reviewed them. I'm almost positive I reviewed those. No, I can't remember. I reviewed something by NHT. People should have been nicer to the nerds. That's what Brock said. I'm doing great. Rolled some 1961 RCA EL84 tubes today. Very cool, John. Does it sound good? Does it sound better? You already had upgraded tubes though on that amp, right? White hat. What did I say? Black hat? Pink hat? Blue hat. Brock's a blue hat hacker. Yeah, that's how that works. Blue hat hacker. I don't know how they. I mean, hacked into what? I mean, using each gas station separate. Awesome, better than the Sovtech. You did the Super Zeros, okay, or Super Ones, okay, okay. Is it worth running the Meze Rai Solo balanced? Um, I think. Do they have an MMCX? I can't remember what connector. I think I did run them balanced, and I noticed a bit of a difference. They don't need the power; they're very efficient. Um, so I will run stuff balanced so I can hear a bit of a clarity increase. But from a power perspective, I don't. They don't need it. But if you have that option, I'd say go for it. DMS is a hacker. DMS is in cryptocurrency too. Will there be any live concerts this year? I hope so, TJ, because I was going to go to Primus, which was supposed to be next month. Now it's pushed off to September. The word is they're supposed to be. I know that Rage Against the Machine, all of their dates got moved till this year, coming up pretty soon. John, I'm going to do a tube rolling video. Very cool. What is good speaker amp other than the 8018? I have a Fozzy Audio BT28, but wonder if I'm missing out on better. The BT28 is pretty solid. I mean, it sounds pretty good to me. I think you might want to step up into maybe a solid state, Class AB or something like that. If you have an external DAC, you could even look at like the Emotiva A2 that you can run volume off of, something like that. Possible gas shortages and climbing prices due to the Colonial Pipeline cyber attack have pushed consumers out to the pumps to stock up on gas while they think they still can. Well, I think we have plenty of supply. I'm actually in Houston right now, and they're making it still down here. And if they can't put it in a pipeline, they'll put it on some trucks or in rail cars or whatever. Ship it somewhere else. I mean, I don't know. I have to look into the Colonial Pipeline, but I guarantee you every gas station isn't connected directly to the Colonial Pipeline. It's going to terminals somewhere. So just shift it. I mean, the supply is still there. It's just getting it from point A to point B that's different. Do people tell me that I look like the Stranger Things dude? The fat sheriff? Yes, they do. I for real thought you were in oil and gas, bro. I am in oil and gas. I'm in Houston right now. But not gas like gasoline. I'm in gas as in natural gas or like LNG, liquefied natural gas, like what makes gas. So I don't do the actual gasoline part. That's done at a refinery. I do all the stuff that goes to the refinery. Well, I don't do it. I provide instrumentation, stuff like that for it. Not me personally. I don't make that. Any new music you discovered as late that you love? There is. She is a Broadway singer, but she does a bunch of covers. Lena Hall. Oh man, she's good. She does a cover of Creep. That's great. I stream through cheap Bluetooth adapter to my receiver from my phone, or Chromecast from my TV fiber optic to my receiver. What would be better? Well, you might want to think about if you do Bluetooth, maybe look at like the iFi Zen Blue. That's LDAC. Depends on what device you have. If you have an iPhone, then I don't know. It depends like what codec you're streaming to. Chromecast from fiber TV optic to my receiver. I would look to a better DAC that also has better Bluetooth uh, capabilities. So, Topping D50S, very good DAC. 2 Saber chips, also has an LDAC Bluetooth, and then you can run your TV into that, and then that into your receiver. Are you still using the Drop Panda regularly? If so, what are your long-term thoughts on it? So they are actually on their way back to me. I loaned them out for someone to try out, so they're coming back. I loved the Pandas. They also just released their companion app, So with the companion app, you'll be able to do EQ, which probably is going to make me love them even more. But I liked how they sounded right out of the box. Have you tried the CSS1 TDX with the upgraded tweeter? I have. Yes, I have. The review is forthcoming. Nice haircut. I never owned floor standers. I got a haircut today. Thank you. I never owned floor standers. Any floor standers where the bass is easy to manipulate or EQ. Unless it's a powered woofer. No, no, no. If it's all passive, no. Kind of what you get is what you get. You'll have to do that with like through your receiver or through something like DRAC or something like that. Can you look up the Canton SUB and tell me if it's any good? Well, Brock is a Canton guy. Because if I buy one SVS PB1000 Pro in Germany, I'll pay about 820 US. That's like 2 PB1000 Pros for people in America. I haven't spent any time. I don't have any time with the Canton subs. They make good speakers though. Cam livestream sponsor Colonial Pipeline. I don't know how they got hacked because I know what type of stuff automates pipelines. And if they got hacked, they're not doing it very well. It's not that easy to hack that stuff. Good evening, Randy. Chat. I mean, maybe they could hack like the SCADA system, which just looks at everything. But as far as like the local control, there's no way they can hack that. And it's not just like all connected. Like you can all just start flipping switches and turning stuff on and on. It doesn't work that way. They may be able to see what is going on, but they can't really manipulate anything. And if they can, then whoever designed that system is not very good. Hey, Sock 1100, what's up? What's my opinion on the historic Sennheiser HD 6XX? I love them. They're very nice. They have a great mid-range. Great mid-range. iStick, 25K subs. Almost. We hope to get there maybe tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. iStick. What up, Mike from Audio Architects? What up? Hi from Denver. I got a buddy that lives in Denver. Actually, 2 buddies. Oh, Mike. I don't want to give anything away. Hold on, I'm gonna grab my Diet Pepsi because Papa John's didn't have any Diet Coke. Wait 1 second. I'll be right back. You can probably still hear me. Today's video is sponsored by Diet Pepsi. It's the diet soda that not very many people drink. Unless you're in the Midwest. Stellar Odyssey was here at 300 subs. Dude, that had to have been in November of last year because we hit 1,000, I believe, December 6th. Because I gave away a pair of Cliffs R51. No. Yeah, R51Ms. Yeah. It's on the floor. My Papa John's garlics. Hold on. We're going to have some fun tonight. Let's have some fun. All right. Let's have some fun. So I got the pizza, and then I also wanted to treat myself. I got the cinnamon stuff. All right. There's the garlic thing. I got a little bit left if anybody wants some. Here we go. There we go. We're going to move that out. Put that over here. See if we can get that focused in on there. Yeah, there we go. Look, it's the Papa John's garlic sauce. Ooh, it's garlicky. You can also use that for port lube in your speakers, just in case, if you don't want chuffing. Yeah. Whew, I gotta have a drink of Diet Pepsi after that. That's real. It's got a lot of garlic in it. Yeah. More like Rhode Island. Okay. Thanks for the answer. Did you ever have a sub with a passive radiator? Yes, actually, I do. The Emotiva SE8 and SE12 both have passive radiators, and they're both quite good. Did Domino's bring back? No, Ruben, good memory. And no, I switched to Papa John's. I wasn't going to take that chance because I can't eat my stuff without the correct dipping sauces. So, Ruben, thanks for the question. I'm flattered that you remember, but we switched it up. We went with Papa John's tonight. What's all is in? I don't know what that means. Concrete coma. Ooh, someone's refoaming speakers. Dave, we got a kick out of the garlic sauce. Ooh. VDV just got finished refoaming large. Ooh, Advent from 1973. Oh boy, not like a 48-year-old speaker. Get you going. Brady, got a new cheap GEM. Sounds amazing on the Diamond 11.4s. Just got it. I'll try different speakers. Yeah. Acrica GT102. It's DIY or assembled. Your choice. Very strong amp for 50 watts per. Ooh. Ooh. HH Scott, can you send me a link to that at cheapaudioman@gmail.com? I would love to put together an amp. Have you ever, will you ever review Kali powered monitors? I would love to. I haven't talked to them and they haven't talked to me though. Ooh, someone just gave me $5. Tom McCarthy. Thank you, Tom. Some nice glasses. Thank you. Hold on. We're popping up all over the place. Port lube, kind of like blinker fluid for your car. Rock City, it's funny that you mentioned that. They're a buddy of mine who kind of taught me how to play the drums as part of a band called Blinker Fluid. It's funny. Where are you? I missed the beginning. Papa John's rules. Brian Griffith. I'm in Houston. Actually, just north of Houston. Spring, Texas. Just got an open box SB1000 Pro for $450. Man, that's good. That SB1000 Pro is pretty awesome. Considering the ELAC Unified 2.0 floor standard, the Emotiva T2 Plus, or attempting DIY XLS Encore, will be used for music and home theater. Well, sorry. It's all gross. Those are all good choices. Very good. You're not going to beat the bass of the T2 Plus, though. Not going to happen. Now, with that said, I haven't heard the ELAC Unified 2.0 floor standards. So maybe I'm just full of crap. But those T2 Pluses are pretty outstanding. They're pretty outstanding. If you like clarity, if you're just straight music, maybe the Encores. But if you're home theater, both, it's going to be hard to beat the T2 Pluses. I don't think you can go wrong with any of them. The Encores, though, even if you make the floor standard, it's only going to go down to about 45. Those T2 Pluses drop some bombs. I haven't personally heard the ELAC Unified 2.0 floor standards, so I couldn't say. I will say, though, that their bookshelf makes incredible bass for its size. Ooh, John S. DIY tube amp. I've got to chill it. I mean, I do want to do more DIY stuff, and I'd love to do a DIY amp. But I've got to chill out on some of this DIY stuff. Sucks you in. Have you accidentally shampooed your hair with wood glue yet? I don't recommend it. No, but I got it on my arm hairs. The minute pulled out my arm hairs. I'm tuned to some Spectre 1s right now. I snagged because of your review. Very cool. I got the Spectre 2s right now. Spectre 1s are nice. Favorite headphones? It depends on what mood I'm in. I have a variety. The Grado, if Brock's still in here, Brock, tell me what the name is. The SR80E, I think. Grados. I like those. I feel like they just broke in because I feel like some bass came back. I love the Emotiva headphones. I like the Dan Clark Aeon closed RT. Like those. I like the HD6XX, the Sennheiser. Probably the best all-arounder for open back is probably Emotiva, in my opinion. I also have some Monoprice, the Monolith headphones, like M570. Yes. Do I think there are any manufactured speakers can outperform DIY using unique cabinet or driver design even with lesser quality drivers? For example, I'm thinking the KEF Q150 and JBL Studio 530Ss. 530s. I think if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be ELAC. I mean, KEF Q150, which price? Is it 300 or is it 600? So, I don't think you're going to get the enclosure quality even remotely close at probably even double the price. The only thing, and you're speaking to it, is economies of scale. So if KEF is buying 10,000 drivers, they can get that driver cost lower. But I still don't think the quality is going to be what you get with a DIY kit. Now, with all that said, if you have someone like Andrew Jones that's doing all this, they can make something sound incredible for a very low price. But you have to think about these manufactured speakers and their distribution method. If it's going from manufacturer to distributor to dealer or through multiple layers or importer, distributor, dealer, you have to think that that $500 speaker to the consumer is actually more like probably $100 speaker to make. Enjoy your daughters making cameo appearances the other night. But yeah, I think there was some kind of an issue with Siri. Yes, yeah, my youngest turned over my 8-year-old cereal. She didn't care for that. Ooh. Which do you prefer? Dolly Spectre 1 versus 2 versus Q3020s. So the ones are great, but they're for small applications like desktop. The Spectre 2s and the 3020s eyes are a bit different sound signature. They're both great, but they're a bit different. And I cannot comment on that right now. I just did the 3020i review today, and they're fantastic. But I have to spend some more time A-Bing them before I can say something. One is definitively, neither one's going to be definitively better than the other. Sorry. They're just going to be a little bit different. That makes sense. If you want Bluetooth and a sub out with cutoff, it looks like the 5s are the only game in town. For powered speakers, maybe? I don't know. There's a bunch of powered speakers, I think, that have sub outs and Bluetooth. I think Aperion makes one. BBC News: Houston suspect arrested as remains on the loose. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. $499. Thank you, Chuck. Isidro. Thank you. I appreciate that. Audio Engine. Thank you, Average Guy Hi-Fi. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chuck. I really appreciate that. Have you heard the Adam T8? No, but Brock has a pair of the Adam Audios. He likes the powered speakers. Brock should be having his own live stream because I just keep asking him questions anyway. Have you heard if ELAC is bringing out the Unified 2.0 reference? Yes, they are. I don't know when, but they are. Hello, Chuck. Thank you, all the way from the Philippines. Thank you so much. If anyone needs a tiny desktop speaker, only 6 Minx XLs left on Amazon. That's a good speaker. I like that. I like that. I think they were like super cheap too, like down to 150 or something. That's a crazy good speaker for that price. Got the SVS Prime wireless sound base. Love the sound playing with ELAC, but the play-fi is wonky. That's the review right there, and that's you summed that up and framed it up in about 5 seconds. That's the entirety of that review right there. Sounds great, super powerful. Play-fi is wonky. No remote. I wish this was on Twitch so I could give you my Twitch Prime. I don't know what any of that means. I don't even know what Twitch is. I guess it's something with streaming. Feliciano says, dude, check out the Aircom S9 AV fan. Oh, I just got one from my integrated amplifier. It has a smart mode where it detects temperature, powers on and oh, I thought you were talking about a fan that was like quiet. Yeah, Canton powered monitors. They also have sub-outs. 169 every day. I'm tempted. Oh, what up, Richard? ELAC UB52 center channel. I did what you suggested and moved it to +2, and it sounds awesome. Richard, I'm glad I could help you. Todd Trowbridge, quit giving me money. Todd's a great guy. $10. Homes for our troops. Here's some money for the hotel's drapery replacement fund. Laugh out loud and veterans. Oh, these are beautiful. Look at that. I just wrap myself up in that. I like to wrap my car with that. Best musical sub, in my opinion. And I don't understand that term, musical. I like sealed subs for music. I think they're faster. But like, I don't know what musical means. Kef and Cliff speakers, which would you choose? Probably Kef, depending upon what the price is. Dante Giles is crying, laughing. Best musical. I don't know what musical means. I like sealed. I think SVS subs sound great. They sound awesome. But Nivek Tech 26. I like the Kef sound better. I feel like it doesn't have as spiky spikes around the 2K, region. Some people really enjoy the clips though, so it depends on what you're looking for. Musical means it plays music real good. Yeah, I haven't heard a sub that hasn't played music real good. Personally, though, I like sealed subs. Is Hans Bacon's audio Yoda? I like that. Nino Marochi. Hey, Randy. Welcome to Texas. Thank you. I've been here for like 16 years. If I may, I'd like to recommend that you do a review of the Little British Monitor Mark IIs. Love to. That would be awesome. I think musical, when it comes to subs, is tight but visceral, not boomy or loose bass. I got you. I think that has a lot to depend on the room as well. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff going on with bass, like how close you have it to the walls and nulls and stuff like that. And so, I don't know. I think Emotiva or SVS both have great subs. I would call them musical, but they also work for movies. What got you started on your speaker journey, and when did you realize you were an audiophile? I don't know if I ever realized I was an audiophile. I always knew I liked music from the time I was like 6. Love music. I wanted speakers. Um, I I knew from my first Walkman that I loved music and I just wanted to listen to it. And I was just fascinated by like speakers and amps and stuff like that. Randy, you're going to be in for a big surprise if you think SVS has sound quality. Just wait until you hear the difference. Oh, okay. Are are you like saying to a rel? I've actually got Stark Audio sending me a subwoofer. Yeah. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Giles, I realized the DAC keeps the audio volume at a perfect volume and stops clipping. That's not necessarily true. I've had a DAC clip on me before um, on the output. I think it was just a crappy DAC though. Hello, Randy. Quick question. That little Fozzy 2.1 Bluetooth amp for desktop setup, what speaker would you choose? Oh, it depends. I think the Cambridge Audio Minx XL is a great option. Very small, pretty neutral. Then you can look at the Emotiva B1 Plus. Very revealing, very detailed. Bit of a U shape. Um, so then Spectre One, Dolly Spectre Ones, Clips RP 400Ms, Yamo S801s. But I would go with something like a Minx XL or Emotiva B1 Plus because they're bigger, but they're still small enough to go on a desk, if that makes sense, or stands right next to it. Joe and Tell did a series on audiophile terms, and they defined pretty much everything, including musical or musicality. Awesome. I'll have to watch that. Sealed 10-inch subs all the way for music. Richard, I agree with you. I have a sealed 10-inch in my room, and I think it's fantastic. When should we expect a review on the Savage? Probably in the next couple of weeks. Did you have rockin' system in that has been? I had what I could afford, um, and there was wires running everywhere. I can't remember what kind of cassette deck I had. I do remember I had the Pioneer speakers that went on the back deck, and if I slammed on the brakes, they'd fly forward. Oh, finally, air conditioner went off. I love DIY. Okay, cool. Okay, 99. K99. I love DIY speak. What? Someone just give me $100. Louis Sipes, stop giving me money. You wonderful white bearded human being. Louis, that's too generous for you, my friend. I appreciate it so much. And the veterans appreciate it too. And I know Homes for Our Troops appreciates that too. I really appreciate that, man. It's very nice of you. Okay, I love DIY speaker building and the prices of designing cross. Recently got into CNC engraving the speaker cabinets with custom designs to fill with epoxy resin. Ooh, that sounds awesome. Hmm. Which you will choose between Audio Engine or I haven't heard either one of those. Unfortunately, I don't have. I haven't spent a lot of time with powered monitors. That Minx XL is pretty detailed too. Yeah, yeah, it's a good speaker. I have a set at home still. $25. Dr. C in the house. Hey, Randy. Here very briefly to contribute to the cause. Much love, support, and respect to our vets and Homes for Our Troops. Our fearless leader is looking handsome. Thank you, Dr. C. And dapper with the haircut and beard trim. Thank you for noticing the beard trim. Yeah, they got it all over. Dr. C, thank you for your email the other day. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support. Dr. C was one of the first, if not the first patron ever. Great guy in the Big Easy, audiophile, audio lover, purveyor of turntables, professor of Class D amplifiers, Dr. C. I appreciate it, brother, so much. You're awesome. What would you say about those subwoofer types, ported, sealed, and passive design? This is with painting with really broad strokes here. Sealed are going to be faster, so they're going to be able to be more accurate with faster source material, whether it be music or movies. Ported generally are going to extend deeper. So for the same driver size, you'll be able to go lower. A passive, in theory, has the same benefits as a port. So you're going to be able to go lower, and you're moving more air, right? That's broad strokes. Are there exceptions? Yes, there's bad sealed subs for sure. I got the i5 Zen DAC as you recommended. Great. Get DAC. It's very good. I like that DAC. I just wish it had a digital, optical, and coax. It must be difficult to review gear with only 6 CDs. Todd, actually, it makes it way easier because you remove all the variability. If you're using a whole bunch of different songs and stuff, how can you tell what's different? That's why I use the same songs, same tracks. Actually, I don't even use the same tracks. I use the same 5-second parts of each track. It makes reviewing gear so much easier. I don't know what I'd do if I listened to a bunch of different tracks. I'd just be saying, this sounds good. The leading edges on this is great. Blah, blah, blah. The top end is glassy and a bunch of other esoteric garbage. But when I listen to the same parts of the same song on different speakers with the same DAC and the same amp, then I can hear differences, and then I can describe those differences. If that makes sense. Whoa. All right, let's go back up here. Todd Fuller. Do I like any black music? I like the Black Album by Metallica. Are you talking about like people that are like African American? Yeah. Michael Jackson. What's something color? Yeah, they had that one song, In Living Color. In Living Color. Yeah. Tracy Chapman. I mean, they're not jumping off the top of my head right now. Public Enemy. I like Public Enemy. Lionel Richie. Miles Davis. Hootie and the Blowfish. I like Hootie and the Blowfish, man. They're awesome. NWA. Yeah. I had to hide that one from my parents or from my mom, really. Has Monitor Audio sent me the bronzes yet? No, I haven't actually ever talked to Monitor Audio. I almost bought a pair, but I didn't. How did you compare i5 Zen DAC to Shit Modi or Bifrost? Very different DACs. So the Modi is very much way more revealing and top end focused than the i5 Zen. i5 Zen DAC is a richer, more analog sound to me. But I like the Modi. People love the Modi. It has an AKM 4493 chip, I believe. Those are a little bit more analytical. And I've heard the Bifrost. I haven't personally heard the Bifrost, but I have heard that the Bifrost is pretty analytical as well. Dean Geddes, first time post. I recently acquired the Shit Modius, very nice, and muddiest stack with balanced cables. XLR Sennheiser 6 HD6XX. Ooh, Dakoni Hybrid pads. Where do I go next? HD8XX? No, not for me. Not for me. I did not like the HD8XX. 800. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. It was shouty. The bass extension wasn't even as good as the 6XX. It's very detailed. That's a very different headphone than the 6XX. The HD 800S is not just a better version of the 6XX. It's completely different, very analytical. Yeah, and it's going to be expensive too. If you're really into detailed headphones, you can get kind of a taste of that with the, what is it? Brock gave them to me for my birthday. I can't think of the name. They look like old headphones you get at like the library. What can I think of? They're made in America. Cult of Personality, that's what it is. Steve G in the house. It's Gutenberg. Steve Gutenberg. What up, Steve? Oh, I love Steve Gutenberg. How do I remember all this stuff? Because I'm a savant when it comes to worthless information, Steve. Steve Gutenberg. I enjoy your show so much. I would love just to sit down and have coffee with you. Go pick up a slice of pizza off the sidewalk in the Bronx or Brooklyn or maybe in Manhattan. Share it with you. Talk about life and your experiences. Steve Gutenberg. Man, thanks for coming in, Steve. You're awesome. I love Steve. Do you use computer media player like Audiovana or JRiver? I don't, but I've looked into it. I don't. I just use either Tidal or Amazon HD or whatever. Oh, yeah, Prince. Okay. I don't feel comfortable talking about that stuff. Jimi Hendrix, yes. People. Helen Asia. Okay. Just got a Denafreps. Ooh, Aries 2 deck. Strictly awesome, but not exactly budget. No, I would love to hear some R2R decks. Stevie Wonder, yes. I love Stevie Wonder. Quincy Jones, yeah. Yeah. Grado. God, Brock, I couldn't think of it. I'm so sorry. All right. We topped up here. Okay. A gay black man invented rock and roll. Little Richard. I like Little Richard. Tutti Frutti. Hi-Fi Man. Grado. Yeah. Oh, the Hi-Fi Man. $350. I am forgetting all my model numbers tonight. Oh, Sundara. Great headphone. Not really bassy, but if you have something that has a EQ or a bass boost, that Sundara is hard to beat at $350. Audiophiliac, thank you for the Rega IO review. Oh, I'd love to hear that thing. I love that thing with my LS50Ss. KEF LS50. Topping MX3. Where does it fit in? Enjoying the stream, mate. If you want a DAC amp all in one that you want it to be very revealing, the MX3 is very good. It's like 40 watts a channel. You probably want to avoid like super revealing speakers like the Emotiva B1 Plus or even the Klipsch. That might be too much of a top end sparkle for you. Hey, Sober Elvis. People have been calling me Elvis for years. Awesome. Hey, Randy, love the vids and the down-to-earth realistic reviews. Anyway, I was thinking about upgrading my setup from OR51Ms. Want to upgrade to the XLS Encore or the RP600Ms? What do you think? Personally, I like the Encores. RP600Ms are very good. I actually like the RP500Ms a bit better than the 600s. I think... I don't think you can go wrong. I think it depends on what your taste is, though. Some people, RP600M is well regarded and well loved. I think the Encore has a better mid-range, flatter mid-range. Still has a lot of sparkle up top, a ton of sparkle up top, actually. Steve Gutenberg said, "Come on down. Come on." Like if I know if I get on I-80 and I just keep heading east, I end up going over the George Washington Bridge. I know that because I did that by accident on my way to Newport, Rhode Island. And the nice lady on the bridge let me turn around because I didn't have any cash. Are the Yamaha S803 a good deal for 218? The Yamaha S803 is a good kind of first speaker. It's U-shaped. There's excitement on top. There's good bass presence. It's a bit scooped out in the middle. If you're listening to just rock and roll, if you're not looking for the most extreme clarity, then 803 is a very good speaker. Very good speaker. However, I would look hard at the JBL Stage A130. That is about in the same price range. And to me, that is a much better speaker than the 803. Also, the Emotiva B1 Plus is a fantastic speaker. But also the Sony SSCS5, also another great speaker. I would probably look to the Sony SSCS5, the JBL Stage A130 before I would look at the 803 personally. That's just me though. The JBLs and the Sonys are just a bit more mature. I emailed Kevro, Monitor Audio's distributor, asking why their entry-level monitor series wasn't available at the dealers that they have the bronze, and they didn't even bother to get back to me. Oh, sad face emoji. Thank you, sir. Looking for a little more punch beyond the 6XX. Yeah, then don't look at the 8XX. They trying to think what's a pretty good punchy headphone. I'll have to think about that. I haven't done a lot of headphone listening lately. Steve Gutenberg is leaving. Thank you for stopping in, Steve. It was very nice of you. I appreciate it. Ortiz 805 got his ELAC debut 6.2s in and they're loving it. Awesome. Don't get me wrong, I really like the Grados. I listen to them more than the Audio Technicas. Very cool. Oh, we skipped some stuff. Emotiva B1, pretty good by themselves, but dynamite with subwoofer. Agreed. I mean, there's only so much you can get out of that 5-inch woofer, but man, that top end, the top end's hard to beat. It gives me chills. Sounds like you need to try a planar magnetic with some bass slam. Dan Clark Aeon Noir or Sendera EQ'd. Yeah, I agree. I like the Dan Clark. I have the Dan Clark Aeon closed RT. I don't even know if they still sell those. Ooh, Sony SSCS5 versus Pioneer BS22s. Pioneer selling manufacturer refurbs for $79. Both good speakers, but they're both opposite ends of the spectrum. The Pioneers are much warmer than the Sonys, but the Pioneer soundstage, and there's an amazing amount of bass that they get out of a 4-inch woofer. Ooh, Meze 99 Classic. Oh, I don't know why I didn't mention the Meze 99s. That is a great headphone versus Neo. I think they're pretty much the same. So if you want to save $100 and get them off drop and get a little different color, go for it. If you want them now, though, you probably need to get the 99 Classics. Or no, the Neo is the silver and black version. I think they sound the same. They're made out of different materials, though. So the Neos are plastic. Now, Drop also has another version of it, too. And those are wood. They're just a darker shade of wood. Don't turn the cornwalls up too loud. Get tinnitus. Okay. Emotiva and JBL, not a thing in Germany. Okay. At least JBL Bluetooth speakers, but no bookshelf speakers like JBL. Okay. What about Wharfdale and Q Acoustics? Those are both good. I think the 3020s I think can be had in the US for around $230 right now. Wharfdale Diamond 12.1s, probably a pretty good deal over there too. Have you upgraded your Pecan Pie DAC streamer for Tidal Connect? I have not. Well, I haven't put it together. I haven't put together. I haven't been listening to it yet. So the answer to your question is no, not yet. But it's just a update. So when I log into it, it will just ask me if I want to update it, and hopefully it will, because I have that Volumio, like the fancy version of Volumio. JR, our restrictions are crazy here in British Columbia compared to the States. Did y'all hear that anyone vaccinated in the States can walk around mask free? You'll be spreading the virus to everyone else. I think it depends state to state. I mean, Texas is pretty much, they say they're mask free, but yet any business you go into still mandates you wear a mask. I mean, I wear a mask into the hotel here. Clip speakers are basically like a nice sounding PA speakers. They will crank loud enough to damage your hearing. Yes. Hearing damage is no joke. Once it's gone, you can't get it back, so keep your hearing safe. Agree. When do you think you will get around to building the Hi-V 2.2A and reviewing it? Soon. When I'm out of town, it messes with my schedule a great deal. Amazon has Neo for $100. Oh yes, yeah. That's common, Daniel. The Neos are 100. They're 199. Oh, here we go, Louis. How much better is the GR research than the Unify 5.2 subjectively? Of course. Ooh, they're awful close. The Unify 5.2 52 has bigger bass presence and also deeper bass extension. I think the Encores beat it in bass tone and texture and clarity on the bass. I think the top end on those is a draw. I think the Unify's soundstage better. Now, the Unify's also have 3 drivers, right? So the concentric on top. And so they're both fantastic. Both fantastic. And with the Unify 52s going on sale a lot more lately, it's a tougher call. They're both great. I will say, Louis, if you get the Unify 52s, the ELACs, break them in for a while. It took me a while to get the best sound of those. And once it was kind of like one day it just started sounding incredible. Q3020s are a good deal in the US. Yes. Yeah. Tony Miletto's from Brooklyn. He's met Steve Gutenberg many times. What is the speaker you still wish you had? You're not allowed to say heresy. Really, the Aperion Novus was one of my favorite speakers. And if you have the budget for what I would say is probably the best desktop speaker out there, it's the Aperion Novus. They just have something special about them. I just got the Virus in. I haven't listened to them yet. When do you think you'll get around to building the high? Okay, I already read that one. It's not true. Most of us are intelligent, still wear masks. Okay, we're not going to get into a mask debate. I went to college in Pratt in Brooklyn, fun place, coming from Tennessee at high school. Nice, 85. Have you heard the Affix Twin Class D? Only $170. I haven't. No. All right, let's stop with the vaccination talk and all this stuff. We don't have to worry about that. We're going to talk about music and stuff in here. I own 4 Numi BS5s. Ooh, good speaker. I like that. And the matching center. They sound pretty good for the price. However, they're definitely not bright. No, they're not. Not at all. Just make sure to play with with how close they are to a wall, 6 to 8 inches from my room. Yeah, I agree with everything that Cody just said. Good speaker, though. Wait, what? Unify 52 on sale? They go on sale from time to time. I've seen them low as $450. And when they're $450, you can go on Amazon, and if there's like a returned, you can sometimes get those like $385. I'm really interested in dual concentrics, but the tannoys cost a lot. They do sound a lot better than the Kefs, at least on YouTube. They have that immediate in the room quality that few others have. What's my favorite R2R DAC? Literally haven't heard any R2R DACs. I would love to, but I haven't. All right, a couple more minutes and we're going to wrap this up. I got to go to bed and get up early, drive the rest of the way through Houston, have a meeting, probably be told I'm not doing things right. You do things differently. You have to go fix the Colonial Pipeline, apparently. Got hacked. There's so many things wrong with that statement. You just don't hack. There's so many different layers. Anyway, did you get the poster of the group? Oh, that's you, Richard. Yes, I did get that. I didn't know what you were talking about when you said you sent that. My daughter loved it. She's like, "Can I have that in my room?" I'm like, "Yes." I did get that, Richard. Oh, that was you. I wondered who the heck sent that to me. Does anyone make a grill kit for the XLS Encores? No, but man, you can make one. Here's some measurements. Cut some little 1-inch strips or even half-inch strips, and then little 45s, glue them together. Get some Heather Gray grill in there. Get some magnets. Oh, you can't. Okay, you can't hack a pipeline. Only networkable industrial controls. Well, yeah, I'm assuming their SCADA system got hacked, supervisory control and data acquisition. I'm assuming that got hacked. But yes, you're right. And even if it is networked, it could be networked through like spread spectrum radios. It could be networked through cellular modems. It could be networked through a variety of things to actually local control. But even that, when the communication backhaul goes down, you can't hack the individual system. There is some people that do control out of a SCADA system, but they're dumb because if you lose a communication backhaul, then you've lost your control. So even if you hack a SCADA system, if they're actually doing control with the SCADA system, then it usually shut itself in or fail safe. Hence the term fail safe. It's just a bunch of garbage that they're probably trying to get everyone riled up about now that COVID's over. Or COVID's winding down. It's the fear. Everyone needs to be scared of everything. Let's go run down and buy gas and put it in the garbage bags. You're getting me all excited. Have you tried the Wharfdale 4.2s? I haven't. Not yet. Full sound, low volume, large room, passive with cheap receiver, or sounding weak until volume gets high. What do I need to do? Okay, Brian, let me go up to your previous one because I don't know what you're talking about. Full sound, low volume, large room, passives with cheap receiver are sounding weak until volume gets high. A lot of time that happens with specific speakers. You know, the treble will come to life, or I would mess with placement of the speakers. That's what I would do initially. Then I'd mess with toe in. If it's not bright enough, aim them right at you. If it's too bright, aim them a little bit farther back. Too boomy, pull them out from the wall. Not bassy enough, push them closer to the wall. And then if you have a receiver, you can actually go in and you may have EQ settings on the receiver, or even different sound categories. You know, you can select different things. You have tone controls too. So, I mean, if you don't have enough bass or don't have enough treble, try to mess with the tone controls. Germany, best I can do on Unify 5.2 is 800 USD. What? That's crazy. Isn't ELAC a German company? You'd think Germans would get a discount on ELAC. Trying out speakers for coffee table setup. 3-inch triangle speakers, listening position. I haven't tried anything front ported yet. Recommendations. When you say triangle speakers, are you talking about the brand or are you talking about the shape? I don't know. I'd take like a little like a little front ported. Trying to think. Actually, I was at work the other day. I was listening to Edifier R1700 BTS. And I was surprised on how good they really were. They're a little tiny speaker. Oh, okay. I've got my Spectre ones towed out about 10 degrees for a 3-foot space triangle. Louis, peace. 3 feet between speaker listening position. Okay, I gotta go back up and see. Trying out speaker. Okay, all right. 3 foot triangle. Okay, now I got you. I haven't tried anything front ported recommendations. Okay, now we're talking. Trying to think. Actually, the ironic thing is Triangle Bro 3 is actually a pretty good speaker and it's front ported. Ed Beck, yeah, I thought so too, since I'm living in Germany, but nope. 52 is very expensive. That's so weird. Would you recommend the Edifier over the Mookie you recently reviewed? Yeah. The Mookie's a bit much in the mid range. They're decent. They're okay, but you have to tone them out pretty. Like the Edifiers, they just sound good already. Yeah, they sound a little flat, but you can jazz that up a bit. How far apart do you have my speakers when I'm testing? It depends. When I'm in the office doing near field, they're probably about 6 foot apart, maybe a little bit more. In the big room, they're about 10 foot apart. In the other medium sized room, probably 8 foot apart. Yeah. Breck Isaac, chocolate chip trip on the Unify 52s is awesome. Yeah, it sure is, man. It's a good speaker. It's a good speaker. Balari HA543 headphone amp. Great stuff out of Utah. I actually have their equalizer and their tube preamp right now. Do you use test tones to test components? Great question, Dr. Steve. I do when I'm testing in-room bass response. I also will use it if I feel like I'm hearing a resonance somewhere. And so I just get on, I just Google tone generator, and it's the first one that pops up. And so I'll pull the frequency down to where like I can't hear the bass anymore, and then I'll bring it up until I can just barely hear it. And that kind of gives me this is an in-room bass. And I know there's like 6 dB, 3 dB, whatever. But for me, it's like if I can hear it, okay, I'm hearing tones at 32 hertz out of a bookshelf, and that's amazing, right? And then if I feel like I'm hearing a resonance, and a lot of times I'll hear that in male vocals, then I'll pull it up and then real slow. And then if I hear the resonance, I'll kind of come back and just set in on that resonance. And a lot of times I figured out that I had a binding post that was loose, and that's what was resonating. So tone generators can be very valuable for a variety of different things. But short answer to that question is yes, I do. Mostly for in-room bass response by ear, not using a microphone. I'm just listening. And then for resonances. And then sometimes I'll sweep it up a little bit real slow. And then it should do a gradual linear rise. But if you hear it goes up and then comes back down, there's something going on when it goes up and then comes down. So you don't need a microphone. You can use your ears, the microphone in your head, and use a tone generator. And it can tell you a lot about a speaker without ever having to use a microphone or any type of software or anything like that. Very, very useful. Tone generators are free on the internet. All right, gents. And if there's any ladies in here, I'm going to call it a night. Iowa Audio Review. What's up, man? What is up? Martin, what is up? I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for your donations tonight. Dr. C, great to see you. Hope to see you more, but I get it. Really appreciate all of you. thank you all for your donations. 50% of everything that was donated tonight is going to homes for our troops. Last month, we were able to donate over $450 to that veterans organization, and that's all because of y'all. So I really appreciate it. B-Rock, good night. Good night, everybody. Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all. Good night, good night, good night.